Alright, this one's going to be short and sweet. This is an update on the 91. My Super Duty got stolen, so it turned into crunch time, and I had to get everything fixed. And I just didn't have time to make the videos to do the brakes and everything that I did on it, and the parking brake cables. But I can highlight how I did it in another video. Right now, I'm changing this dimmer switch out. So this is the switch for the high beam. If anybody doesn't know where they are on these trucks, they're not there. The high beam switch is actually that little button on the floor. It's a little snap action button. Where did my old one go? So here's the old one. It's actually seized in the down position, and anytime I turned the headlights on, it was just full high beams no matter what. I can't get this freed up, so I just bought a new one. These are relatively cheap anyway. If you're looking for a cheap, easy fix, just go to I just went to Napa. This was $12 Canadian, so whatever that is in American dollars, probably a lot less than that. But you could order them from Rock Auto for, I think I saw the cheapest one was for $4 Canadian, so that's probably like $1.50, $2 American. So yeah, they're super cheap. Just order one. And they're very easy to change. There's literally 2 screws right there and a connector, and then you just got to pull the carpet up over it a little bit and pull the this little trim panel out. So super easy, not very hard to do. And then the other thing you got to do to get the trim out is pull the trim that's supposed to be here, but I do not have it on this truck. I can tell you that there is some Phillips head screws. I just can't tell you where because mine's non-existent. So super easy. And this will only plug in one way. So it should just plug in like that. And then you want to confirm that there's nothing else wrong. So take your key, turn the ignition on. Wait for the glow plugs to stop cycling because it's, yeah. There, I think that's done. Yeah, it's done. So then pull this out, and you'll notice I do not have a high beam light on anymore. Now you go ahead and press this. And then if you can barely see it in the sun there's the high beam light. You can just see it. And then if I turn it off, it'll be good. So here's the daytime running lights, which I'm going to delete on this truck. So you can barely see them shining. And then you pull the switch all the way out. There's your headlights. Make sure that's burning right. Yeah, it's a little bit brighter, but not super bright. And then you go ahead and hit the button on the floor. And high beams are on now. And there you go, even brighter. I don't know how well that's going to come up on the camera because it's daytime, but yeah, it'll be nice to have light control now. So, and then all it is just 2 little, on my truck it was 2 1/4-inch bolts like this. Some guys I've seen pull 5/16 out. You just got to remember, this is an old truck. It was built in America. It's going to be the imperial system, not the metric system for these. So 1/4-inch worked good for me. And it just sits right in here. There's 2 little holes right back in here. It sits right about, how did it sit? Right there. So I'll get those bolts started in because I need both hands, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So they just sit in there like that, and then you just tuck this insulation back up if you still have it. If you notice yours is wet, you're going to want to do an inspection. I found a little hole in the floor here, so I'm going to have to order some floor pans for this truck. I don't know what the other side looks like. It's probably a lot worse or a lot better. No in between for me, really. So then you just snug this guy down and then tuck your carpet back over it and you're done, basically. Not much to it. The other thing to consider is sometimes you may have to tear the carpet a little bit to get that off of the switch. In my case, I think this has been replaced a couple times before, which, you know, not uncommon up here. We got lots of salt. These are going to get seized in garbage pretty fast because you're rubbing your salty feet all over it in the wintertime. So my hole was a little oblonged here, so it just pulled up nicely. If you do have to tear it a little bit, you're going to have to make a very small cut. You probably won't even notice it. And then, yeah, this, like I say, it's a good time to inspect the floor, because if you can see to the ground like that, then you should probably order some pans. You can get some pretty cheap body panels for this. So then once you get it screwed down, I didn't feel the need to record that. It's just tedious and long. And you just tuck your carpet back over it, something like that. Get that back up there. Put my fancy wires here that the previous owner had installed. I'm not sure where this plugs into, but I think it's for the clutch safety switch. I don't know. I like not having it though, so I don't want to plug that in and find out I gotta push the clutch in to start it. Yeah, so it just sits like that, and then you're gonna grab this guy, and then this guy you're gonna want to tuck up under this trim here first, and then you just push it in. And you might need two hands to do this, and also a door that's not just going to keep trying to close on you. You just get that guy tucked in. Sorry, this is kind of I gotta manhandle this a little bit. Get it in behind there. Get that over there. Like so. Yeah. And then there's two little retainers here you got to try to line up. I think I got mine in. I'm going to double check that off camera. And then that's what your finished product should look like. Aside from if you have the actual trim here, it'll be there. I'm not worried. I'm not even going to go look for another one. You see what the rest of this truck looks like. It's not a big deal to me. Same with this is missing. I actually kind of like to fix this one, because I bashed myself on that trying to get in a couple times. It doesn't feel very nice, but yeah. Not much to it. Simple job, but still something a lot of people like to watch a video about first. I can understand that. I don't generally like just tearing into things, but most time it's pretty easy. Most of the time, you can just get in there and get it done if you have a little bit of a mechanical knowledge, or just if you can figure out how stuff's supposed to go. So, like I say, this isn't very hard. And now I get a high beam switch again. So, once I get my Super Duty back, I'm probably going to have to park that for a while and fix up all the stuff the thieves broke on it, if it's not completely a total loss. But, yeah, unfortunately that happened, and I couldn't get any of the videos on this one done. Like, I just put front pads on it. The front rotors are good. It's very easy to do. I'm going to have to change them again at some point. I'll do a video about it then. I did the rear drums, the rear shoes, the new slack adjuster kit, new hardware kit, parking brake cables. You can see, I'll climb under just so you can see. There's a new one, and then there's the other new one. And it's just new for the rear half. That's all that was broken. And then I got them adjusted as tight as I can get them right now. So, they work. Yeah, and then a couple other things I got to do with this truck. I can probably video, like, the front tank leaks. I'll have to try and get a better camera before I do that, because that one's going to be kind of a pain to try to drop the tank while I'm holding the phone. And I got to figure out what front tank I actually have. If I have the 16 or the 19 gallon side mount. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm gonna have to do a couple of things on this truck. I managed to fix the radio by punching it, so that's good. The other thing I got to look at, I'm going to do a video on, is this wiper switch, the selector. When you set it either this way for the intermediate wipe or whatever that is, it doesn't do anything. And then first click doesn't do anything. Second click, full speed, is the only one that works reliably. And then temperature dependent and how hard the e-brake comes up when I pull the release, that'll rattle something around in here. So I don't know if I got some loose wiring in the back or if the switch is bad. I'll dive into that one of these days here and I'll show you what to look for. And then aside from that, there's not a whole lot with this truck. I got to figure out something's wrong with the four-wheel drive too. So I'll probably try and figure that out and then do a video about it. And yeah, but anyway, here we'll see you guys in the next one.